I was paranoid. I was very fearful. I was scared. I was sad. I was lonely. I was desperate in that darkness. I was born into a Christian home. I have a pretty large family. I have a twin brother, 4 other siblings. My parents, we went to church every week, attended youth groups. Wednesdays went to church camps. So I had all the knowledge. I heard the gospel, the truth of it the first time. I remember when I was 9. There was a tipping point when my faith started to get tested to see if it was real. It initially was tested when I got married. I was married, first engaged when I was 19, then I got married when I was 20. And then 6 months in, my wife left me. And another 6 months later, we divorced. 5 months before we got married, my dad had a massive stroke and it almost killed him. The doctor saved his life. And then 3 years after that, he did pass away. Those 2 major losses in my life, I responded by forsaking the Lord and walking away from him and pursuing the lusts of my flesh in order to numb and fulfill what I had lost. I walked away from God, and I consciously made the decision to. That's initially what led me all the way to falling into a meth addiction. After COVID had lifted, I was practicing as a tattooer, professional tattoo artist down here, downtown Kansas City. The man who was mentoring me was addicted to meth. He exposed me to meth, and I fell into a meth addiction for 2 years. That addiction was my God, and I lived for it. September of 2021, a woman who was working underneath the tattoo shop I was at, she needed help with jumper cables and starting her car. She was pretty elderly, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. And the guy I was abusing drugs with was also out there. He heard it. She asked for his help, and he said, no, I gotta go home. And then he looked at me, showed me the jumper cables in his car. And I just looked at him really puzzled, and I was like, I don't understand why you just lied to her. I saw who I was rolling with. I couldn't respond like that. The Lord just showed me, Josh, what are you doing? My family came around me. For a week, I detoxed with my older brother. During that time, my mom and my grandma, they were praying that the Lord would just show them a place for me to go. Very quickly, he brought up this place called Our Master's Camp. It's a 90-day faith-based rehab. It was there where I resurrendered my life to Christ. My family, upon coming out, they've welcomed me back instantaneously, which I'm so thankful for, something I don't deserve. Jesus, he's completely redirected my life. I have since walked away from my career as a tattooer. I laid that down. That was an idol in my life. Before, I was completely isolated, living for myself, not living in community. And within such a short amount of time, the amount of people that he's brought into my life and godly men that he's surrounded me with that have helped grow me and that I can be honest with and have accountability with is amazing. I was first baptized when I was 16. I don't believe it was sincere. I got baptized following my peers and not out of obedience or love for my Savior. Now getting baptized, I truly just want to do it out of obedience to Jesus. And it excites me to share that and then to be held and to be known by the rest of my church family.